Hi, in this video we're going to see the most failure in the laptop. So the first failure is the power jack, as you can see. The power jack is one of the most failure or the most common failure in the laptop motherboard. So you should always check the power jack and the solder or soldering of the power jack. You should check all terminals. If you find any dry solder, you should make another new solder. So after the power jack, you should check the power components near to the power jack, like capacitors, inductors, fuses, MOSFETs, all power component near to the power jack. Okay, these components can be failed, especially if you get a dead motherboard. As you can see here, this is a current sense resistor, we have MOSFETs, we have diodes, this is a fuse resistor, etc. And of course, to charge IC, this is the charge IC, as you can see here. The charge IC also can be failed. To check the charge IC, you can just use your finger. If you feel a hit that the charge IC is very hot, means it is failed. You can also check the capacitors around it. If you find any shorted capacitor, means the IC is failed, of course, when you plug the adapter. So the connectors, also the connectors can be the cause of a failed laptop, as you can see. So you should check the connector pins or terminals. As you can see, for example, for this connector, we have here a bended pin. This bended pin can make a short circuit in the motherboard, especially when two pins, a ground pin and a pin that holds a power, a 19 volt or 3 volt, are connected together. So the second fault is the random access memory. The random access memory can be disconnected. As you can see, like this, it can be disconnected. When it is disconnected, the laptop cannot be operated correctly. You can get a black screen or idle failure. So you can just clean the RAM chip and clean the RAM slot and put it back. Okay, so the RAMs can be also the cause of laptop failure. You should always check the RAMs, okay? Because if there is any problem in the RAM, the screen will be black. You will get no data in the screen. So the next component or the next common fault in the laptop motherboard is the graphic card, okay? The graphic card can be also the cause of a dead motherboard, of a no data in the screen. Exactly a black screen. So to repair the problem of the graphic card, the solder, as you can see, this is the solder under the graphic card. If there is any dry or a bad soldering, the graphic card cannot be operated correctly. So you can just use the hot air gun, okay? You can just, as you can see, use the hot air over the graphic card, okay? And then you will solve the problem, okay? Of course, you should use the hot air gun with the flux or the soldering paste. As you can see here, this is the soldering paste. You should make a little bit of a soldering paste around the graphic card and then use the hot air gun, okay, in order to warm up the graphic card, and you will solve the problem, okay? So also among the common faults in the laptop motherboard, we have BIOS, or the basic input-output system. Of course, the BIOS contains a program or a software inside it. If this software is corrupted, the laptop will stop working. So the BIOS, as you can see, this is the pin number 1, as you can see. Here, this is the BIOS pins, 8 pins. As you can see, always the pin number 1 is determined with a dot. So the pin number 8, as you can see here, always hold 3.3 volt. When you power the motherboard, without pressing the power button, you should measure 3.3 volt in the pin number 8 of the BIOS, or basic input-output system.